Got a half a lamb, friend of mine, we just bought this. 60 quid, locally grown, organic. So quite reasonable, I think, for that price. We're just going to have a go. You've seen me do one before, but I want to bone it all out. I'm going to roll the loins, I think, and the breasts, and bone out most of it. Might leave the shoulder blade in bone because that's quite nice. Leg, but also we want to know how much waste we get. Okay, so we're looking at sort of the wastage we're going to get. I don't think it's a lot. It's a £44 for half the carcass. Okay, first things first, I'm just going to remove the nipples. Next will be kidney. And the fat, we're going to keep that. Chicken's actually going mad on that. Right, hold on a sec. I'll give the knife a bit of a... See some stick, this knife has. Needs a bit of a stone sharpen, I think. Okay, I'll put that in there. And I like to get the breasts, so I'll get rid of some of this. Chicken's like that. You do quite a large breast on this. You can see that. Okay. What I'll do with this as well, I will roll it. I broke that bone. There we go. There we go. So I'll roll that later and bone it, I'll show you that. Some people do it differently, it's up to how they do it. I'm going to go between the 6th and the 7th because I quite like shoulder and just the end of the blade there. And then just pop. I think the shoulder meat's good anyway, it's very tender and I like to bone it out, and then there you go, it's just clipped the blade. Put that to one side. What I'm going to do as well, I'm going to roll this. So I'm going to bone it out, so just clean that off. Clean up, put it in the bag. Not too much too, you need a bit of fat on there to cook it in. There's some. Okay. What I'm going to do is take the fillet back because I want to roll this. Like I'm going to take a bit of a chump, take the chump with it as well. So I'm going to roll it. So. Normally when you do this off, you do it on a beast, like you leave this on because this is your fillet. Take that back with it because I'm running out of it. Okay. There we go. Just the end of the tail. Now I'm going to sort of bone this out, but I'm going to roll it all in as well. I was going to leave that on, wasn't I? We'll see. See how we get on. I'm just trying different techniques, to be honest with you. Okay, so I'm going to run my knife all the way down the ribs, and where's my last rib? This one here. Just going to score that like so, not all the way through, and I'll carry on boning this out because I don't want to bore you. I'll come back when I'm nearly done. So I don't know if you can see that, but on here this would be the rump on a side of beef. I'm used to cutting out beef, to be honest with you. So you roll that fillet back a bit. If the angle's wrong, I do apologise, but it's a bit difficult. That's your first rib. I'm taking that back out as well. And this would be your rump. This would be your rump on your rump steak. There we go. Around a little bit of a knuckle. So see how the tail come forward. And try not to waste any meat. Which I have done. Don't matter. The beauty is when you do something like this, it's yours, so you can do what you want with it actually. There we go. I can't leave that on there, can I really? No. Okay. I don't want to bone it out completely, so. So for us, this would be the sirloin on your side of beef. This would be. It's a bit awkward for me, so I'm trying to do this for the camera. And on the sirloin as well, you have a bit of this. Would be a back strap, and you have to take that off. Right, I'm just covering this side. And you try and go in between the knuckles now to get some of the, well, they call them knuckles, but keep as much meat. There we go. Keep the bones as well. So I've left the fillet on there, but I'm thinking what to do. You know, so what we're going to do. I'll do that, and I'm going to trim him up like so. Not too worried about too much fat. And I'm going to put him in there, and I'm going to roll this as a joint. And we'll have chops as well, and we can have steaks, whatever you want then. I'm thinking which way around is that better. There you go. Okay. So when it comes to stringing, you have to get the right stuff. This is butcher's string, and it's like wax coated, even though you can't, well you can if you look at it, it's shiny, and that's what you need, because you lift the end up like so, come around, you can see that one loop back on itself, another loop back through again, okay, and then as you pull it, it sort of self locks, and then you do a loop with your fingers over the top, and that's it, and you cut the excess off. Okay, so I'll go again through. So you've put your line underneath, come over the top, put your thumb there if you want, go through, around your finger, go through again, pull it. They should just lock into place, that's the idea, it slides on itself, like so, put a loop, and the excess off. I'll keep going, I'll put one right in the end here actually. Actually a bit more than that. Round, round, and through. I'll try and do this nice and neat. And lock it off. Okay, I shall carry on with this now, and I'll bring you back when I finish rolling it. And there we go for that. That's the loin done. I'll come out. There we go. So it's only me and James, so we're going to have what we're going to have. So it's 3 of us. 1, 2. So if I go here. Okay, beautiful. And again, I'll go there. And that's the fillet that I rolled in as well. So we got virtually, look at that. So there we go. So we've got 3. I just prefer it like that. And we can cut these down and make chops or loins, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. Right, next. Shoulder next. I haven't done it for a while. Look, we've got stringer's finger. Right, so the shoulder now, clean that up. I'm going to bone this out as well. So clear up any too much fat. We don't want too much. There's quite a bit on that one. Nice. Just clean it up. Okay, and then I'm going to just trim back any meat. Like so. Now I'm getting hungry, Jane. Taking back off the neck. This is your neck. Okay. there might be a bit of meat left on the bones. What we do, if you can see that, go through them. So I can just slide my knife down, and we'll put that in. That'll be a lamb stew. Same with the neck. You can put the whole neck in the pot and it'll just fall away. With these neck bones, you just have to do the best you can. Just follow the bones. They're really awkward. They sort of go in, over, underneath, over a knuckle, and underneath again. See, like that. I'll show you afterwards. So you just have to do the best you can. Try and leave as much meat. No, take as much meat off the bone. But you can always, stew it afterwards. They are pretty awkward little monkeys, you see what I mean? It goes round, underneath, and then round again. But be careful, you don't want to cut yourself. You see what I mean? They're sort of under, over. We used to sheep bones these out, but we used to do them individually when I was butchering. There we go. So this is your blade on your knuckle. So that's your knuckle. This will be your blade. Why? Because there's a blade in it. And just going to go straight down there. Like so. Put them to one side. There you go. And if you wanted to now, you could just find the blade. Go underneath. There's another little bone there. It comes out. Mind your fingers. See, like a little. See that? There we go. It's your shoulder blade. And that's what it looks like. It's exactly the same as us, shoulder blade. Okay. And that is now a boneless shoulder, which you could roll, whatever you want to do. I'll probably put some strings around that. And any excess fat here, just take it out. Pop a knife in there. There's quite a bit in there, let's see. You don't take all your fat out because you need something to cook with. Alright. This here, when you look, there's nothing wrong, that's just a gland. Okay, that's normal in every animal. Okay. Oh, by the way, you need to take out this. It's a, I can't what they call it now. You find them on these. You get these from pets places, especially the big ones from the cows and whatnot, because it's like rubber, and they cook it, and the dog's like a doggy chew. Boing, boing, boing. See. There you go. So there's one boneless blade shoulder, which I could probably just string that up high like that. It'll look lovely. Put in there. This is the knuckle. It's up to you what you want to do. You can leave the knuckle in, or you can take the knuckle out and bone it. That's a bit of a long-winded way of doing it. There's not much left because you've already took some of the blade out, see? And then this will attach to the knuckle here, and then that goes in to the 4/4. I'll bone it and I'll get back to you. So, see the knuckle? I'll show you. there's your knuckle. It joins there. See it moving? So you've got to go between that, and you've got to break the little sinew in between, which keeps it all together, locked in place. And then this knuckle goes down here and attaches to that there. Okay, I'll get back to you in a sec. Ooh. There we go. That's what's left of the blade. Where are we? And there was the little tiny bit as well at the back. Okay, there's two ways of getting this knuckle out. You can actually use your knife and go all the way around if you want, or you can just go straight down the knuckle, which we're going to string it anyway, so we might as well. Okay, same with this end. This will be your shin. This is a shin. So this will be the sort of thing you get when you buy a lamb shank. Yeah. So they use a special knife for this one. It's like it's got a hollow end on it, and they just slide it down the bone and whatever. I mean, this is personal choice. Most of the time I'll leave my shoulders and whatnot on the bone because you get the flavour of the bone as well then. This enhances the meat. So really I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes because that's what I do. Try and get as clean as I can. Being an ex-butcher, which was 20 years ago of course. Okay. It's up to you. You can string this now if you wanted to. Just put that like so, and then just string him. Nice. So on your leg, this will be part of your rump here. So I'm just taking the excess fat off that. Okay. It's up to you. I like to bone this out because it is an awkward little monkey to carve if you don't. So this is another piece of the knuckle. You see, there's the knuckle. I'll show you that. So you have to go right down. You've got to break the knuckle. See that little joint there? That's what you've got to do. You've got to break that there. And then fold the bone round again. And there's another little bone that sticks out of the bottom here, which I'll show you in a sec. Goes up and then it goes down. And then it comes around. Okay. This will be your hip. Sorry. Okay. And then you'd probably, well, I'd probably take that bone out. But I do a leg now and I leave that on the bone because I love leg. So I'm just going to cut that and you'll recognise this now. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually, I could take the bone out, but I'm just going to do this. like we did in the last one. Beautiful lamb, absolutely beautiful. Go down and round, free all the meat off. Little knuckle here at the end, over the top, down and round. You can buy gloves, by the way, off the internet, special knife gloves, not the metal ones, they're too expensive. You can buy just, like, they're not cotton, and they'll protect your hand if you're a bit worried about cutting yourself. Okay, and that's virtually it, really. That's it. So you've got a nice big chomp in there. I mean, I could cut that if I wanted to in half, because I might as well. Well, that'd be for me and Jane anyway, so. There you go. So I can string that if I need to, but it'll go in as a joint. I don't have to string that if I don't want to. We've got the leg. Okay, so a 44-pound lamb. You've got leg shank, massive one. Like the top end or rump end of the shank, which are boned out, which would be the rump part. You've got 3 joints from the sirloin, or there'd be chump chops, or whatever you want. A shoulder blade, a shoulder knuckle, boneless, a couple of, well, got 1 kidney, and so you've got what, 1, 2, 3, lots, tons. So that would feed you for at least, well, it's got to be what, 6 months, depending how much you like the lamb. And next what we're going to do is look at the waist, how much waist we got. I haven't finished yet, I just seen that. So that's the breast, which I will bone that out as well. I'll show you that in a sec. So I do to bone the breast out. I just take it back so you can see the end of the gristles of the bone. Get rid of that. Okay. So take him back. Okay, this is like a brisket. If you were buying a brisket, this is what it would look like if it was on a beast, on a piece of beef. So again, you can bone in between if you want, or you can give it to your animals or your dog. That'll be a massive treat. Bit of a knuckle there. Well, not a knuckle, bit of a gristle. You have to go around. This will be like your brisket. That's your brisket. That would be. Well, there we go. Let's bone that out. So that's an extra bones there. And what I'd tend to do then, I'd probably peel the skin back a bit. Like this, you can just, if you want to get the membrane off. But it doesn't matter if you're cooking it. Membrane comes off, and also along here, if you just gently score that, can you see me? Yeah. Okay, just along the edge there. So I'll pull this membrane off. Like that. And then with this one, exactly the same. You see? Animals will have that. And then you can do what you want with this. I mean, you could actually fold it into itself. You need to take that membrane off as well, underneath the breast, okay? So be careful, because you'll end up cutting the whole lot off. Because this will be quite tough. It's a fiddly job, but it's well worth it in the end. could actually, if I can remember, I don't remember doing this before. There we go. If it pulls the meat off, it doesn't really matter because you can just tuck it into the meat afterwards. You can roll it into the joint. There we go. And you can just roll all that in together. Take a bit of fat off the end there. Roll it, you can actually, yeah, let's do this. So if I trim off a bit of fat. This will be like stringy brisket. Okay, I'm going to put in there like that. Pop them over. And I'll string that. There you go. Here we go. Rolled breast of lamb as well. So you can do, I mean, you could even put stuffing in between that and stuff it. There we go. And the waist, well, I've got the kidney there. I've got one kidney with fat on. We've got some bits of fat, some more there, which is off the flank, or what you call it, the belly. So it's minimum, and then all the bones, but you can cook the bones, you can render them, take the meat off the bones as well, you can make a stew, you can get the meat out of here as well and use that. So minimalist waste. There we go. Okay, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And I don't know what the weight is, Jim, but I'll look at that if you want. Okay, so it's a bag of waste, not so much. We're going to weigh it now. So I'm going to weigh myself, then I'll weigh myself with the bag. So the total weight before we started was £44.
Yeah.
That was the £44. And don't forget, I have boned everything out apart from that leg, that knuckle joint there, that's all. And it includes the fat around the kidney, includes everything else, all the waste, the bones and everything else out of half a lamb is £5? £5. That's not bad, is it?
You've got nearly £40.
There you go. So thank you very much. If you enjoyed the vid, please give it a thumbs up, like over here, and subscribe, and up and coming videos over there. Take care. All the best.